I guess it's only to be expected after such a high player turnover in the summer, but we're having a challenging start to the new season. Hello and welcome to Club 6, Part 7 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games in the Liga, at home against Granada and Getafe. Why did I pick them? I can't say them. I probably can't say either of them. I don't do G's in Spanish. It confuses me. In other news, it seems I also don't do playing well in the Liga. We've had a really difficult start to the season. We have won a couple of games, beating Athletic Bilbao and another team I can't say the name of, but we got absolutely smashed by Atletico Madrid. We also lost to Real Madrid. September wasn't a fun month for us. La Liga currently looks like this. We're down in 15th place, 6 games played, and I think we've conceded rather a lot of goals. Season preview is not what I'm aiming for. Stages, that's the one. So 6 games played, 2 wins, but 4 defeats. We've scored 5 goals in 6 games and conceded 12. We are really struggling. I am hoping the team will gradually get used to each other. Dressing room atmosphere had got as low as poor, but that's actually on its way back up again. Team cohesion currently at average, which I think that's an improvement on where we were, certainly for the Atletico game. But they're losing faith in me the longer this run of form goes on. And what am I looking for? Social groups. I think we've got a lot of players sort of hovering around outside of social groups still. Key players, basically the defence, don't really have any mates yet, which I can understand why when we're conceding so many goals. Who'd want to be mates with those losers, especially a goalkeeper wearing the number 2 shirt? But we do need to start turning it around today. I'm not worried yet. I still firmly believe we massively improved the squad this summer. They needed time to get to know each other. They've had the whole of September. They've had their little honeymoon period. It's now time to just start winning some games. And hopefully these 2 games that we've picked should be 2 winnable games. If we've still only won 2 La Liga games after today's episode, then I'm going to start to worry, because quite apart from anything else, we'll probably be in the relegation zone in those circumstances. And I don't want to get fired again. So we're going with Markovic in goal, a back four of Inaki Garcia, Woodenberg, McCrory and Bustos, with Moreno as our holding midfielder, Mosca and Mateus in midfield. Eusebio Garcia, we have 2 Garcias on the left-hand side, and I only realised that about 3 matches after I was picking them both constantly. Garcia, Jovic and Pozo as our front 3. We have changed some of the instructions around for the front 3 just to try and get them playing in their most natural positions. So Garcia was playing as an inside forward all last season as well, but we switched him to be a winger and Jovic to be a poacher. I'm just trying to get the ball to Jovic and get him to score goals. I think he will score goals. He just hasn't really done it yet. Although the one game we won, he did score both of the goals in it. My midfield, I think I've made a bit of a boo-boo with the midfield. We have got some strong midfielders. We just don't really have anyone who's really attacking, who's going to come up into these areas here, which is ironic considering we sold so many of those. But we've got 3 quite similar central midfielders in Mosca, Mateus and O'Neill, who they're Kev midfielders. They'd be great in a 4-3-1-2. They'll just run around a lot. But we need someone with a little bit of a creative spark. We're going to try it with Mateus again today. We've tried Mosca in this position. We've tried O'Neill in this position. It might be a little bit of a fault with the squad. And if we can't get a creative spark, an attacking force in that midfield, then maybe we're going to have to tweak the tactic, come away from control possession. And with so many strong runners, maybe a switch to the gegenpress that worked so well for us with Hamburg. But of course, the version we had with Hamburg did involve having an attacking midfielder in it, and we just sold all of those. Let's get into the first game. Oh, I still maintain it was a good transfer window. Feedback from you lot as well was that it was a very good transfer window. So hopefully it does turn out to be that, and they're just getting to know each other. It's just a little bit of bedding in time. The media have been on your back for ages now. That's not entirely fair, because they've been on your back since the Atletico game, basically. The 4 games into the season, we'd played 4, 1-2. We were upper mid-table. Everything was fine. And then we've played back-to-back games against the two Madrid teams, and what do you know? We lost them both. I think we were kind of supposed to lose those games. They're the two best teams in the league at the moment, and we only narrowly lost against Real. So I think it's been a tough run of fixtures with a team that are still getting to know each other, and hopefully we can start the recovery today. The issue is if their heads are gone, because if their heads are gone, I've shown in the past, I do struggle to turn a dressing room around when they're all when they lose respect for me. I'm all right while things are good, but if I do lose them, we're going to have a problem. But Mosca's just got his second goal of the season to put us 1-0 up after 11 minutes, and there you go. The charge up the league table begins here. And Mosca getting forward from midfield. This is what we said we were looking for. So maybe he's going to be the man to get up in those positions. It was a good effort from Mateus back off the crossbar. Jovic is in the mix, which is exactly where he should be. And Mosca got himself far enough forward to tuck it away. Excellent stuff. Moves us up to 12th place. This is good. This is what we need. We need a win today. Mateus back out to Mosca. Mosca plays the other Garcia in, who crosses to Jovic, who hits the crossbar. That's twice we've hit the crossbar in the first 18 minutes of this game. We just need to get a little bit more accurate with our shooting. But as is often the case, when morale is down and form is poor, luck doesn't go your way. And 20 minutes on the clock and it's 1-1, and we should be 2-0 up. And in actual fact, it's 1-1. And they've scored with their first attempt on goal after 20 minutes when we've been busy cannoning the ball back off the crossbar. It's very frustrating. When bad form gets you, goodness me, does it get you. Let's pretend it's not happening and go and score again. Mateus now plays Bustos in, who's in a crossing position, plays it back to Pozo, who tries to cross towards Mosca, who'd got very far forward again. We are a little bit exposed at the back here. Garcia's charging back as quickly as he can, but we've left them in so much space. That must have been offside. I don't understand what's just happened. I'm flabbergasted that that's just happened. I know our defence still getting to know each other, and it's... they're playing like they've never met. Most of these, they've known each other for 2 or 3 months now. Stop being idiots. I've demanded more. It hasn't really had much of an impact on very many of them. We've got anxious faces, and I don't know how this has happened. We've had 67% of possession in this game. Everything was looking good until we conceded the goal, and we just lost our heads again. Show me something different in the second half. We can't lose at home against Granada. I would sack me at this point. The only positive is we're still above Barcelona. So maybe the opportunity will be there to jump ship. But I don't want to jump ship. I think I've built something good at Sevilla. We just need time for them to not be morons. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps player personalities. Perhaps we've lost the leaders and we've brought in a bunch of bottle jobs. I just don't understand. Right, Valentini's coming on. And we've got to switch things up a little bit. I don't know what we can do to... I want to get O'Neill on as well, but I don't know who to bring him on for. I guess we'll bring him on for Mateus. And I think we might have to start abandoning this controlled possession system that worked so well last season. It worked so well at Fulham. But we did find at Hamburg it just didn't work there. And it was when we switched to the gegenpress that things started working for us. Maybe I'm just naturally inclined to sign players who suit a more gegenpressy system. And perhaps now I've got my kind of players in, we need to play that system rather than the one that worked with the players that were already here that I sold. Oh, this is ridiculous. We cannot lose against Granada. Oh. I was so confident coming into this video that it would just be one of those, Kev, don't worry, it'll all be fine. But no, we have to worry now. I'm also worried about how weak that bench looks. I don't remember our bench ever looking that weak last season. Right, we're going to go to a front three. And we're going to see if that helps. So you can do that. What do you like to be? You want to be that. There you go. And let's get the ball forward. Let's get creative. Let's try and find a goal from somewhere. Dominguez is a bit of a talent. He keeps getting mentioned by my coaching team. He's doing a bit of a Mick Powell at the moment, so maybe Dominguez is going to be the man to come on and grab an equaliser for us. Garcia, cross comes in, nobody there. Moreno falls to O'Neill, back to Moreno again, we've got Bustos in all this space out on this right hand side and we're not using him. O'Neill plays it across to Garcia on the other wing, who just gets there in time to get the cross in. O'Neill can't get onto the end of it. Mosca just wide. We are going to lose against Granada. Look at the state of those stats and tell me how we've lost this game. I know we've hit the crossbar a couple of times. We've been unlucky a couple of times. Yes, we've defended poorly, but clear-cut chances, they've had 2, we've had none. We're not creating enough. It's exactly what I identified before the match. We're going gegenpress in the next game. We'll see if that works. Garcia. No. Bustos, what's he doing over there? Can't get a cross in either. That was so rubbish. That was just awful. Yeah, training tomorrow because we're learning a new tactic. We're going to try and do things the way we did them at Hamburg. We cannot carry on in the form that we've started this season in. Yikes. Right, we played a friendly in the international break. We won 5-0. Gegenpress with our backup players and a few of the first teamers. Worked against a team from Gibraltar. But that's beside the point. Let's try it in La Liga. If it doesn't work, it'll be a one-match only experiment. We'll go back to what we know from last year because I don't think this really fits. The players we signed them specifically to play in the system we were playing. I was moaning about the type of player we've got, but Mosca, quite capable of playing as an advanced playmaker. It's what we signed him to do. He just hasn't really done it when he's played better when he's been playing as the Mezzala. Mateus, quite capable of playing as a playmaker. They just all want to play a little bit deeper than I want. I want an attacking playmaker. He wants to be support. He wants to be defensive. So we're going to try and be a little bit more direct with the two of them, get him running about a bit and make Moreno the playmaker behind them. Because why not? And we're gegenpressing. It's the standard gegenpress. We've not changed anything on it. It's the standard instructions for the 4-3-3 version. So we're going Markovic in goal, Garcia, Woodenberg, McCrory, Bustos at the back, Moreno, Mosca, Mateus in midfield, Garcia, Jovic and Pozo the front three. I think the actual personnel are unchanged, despite the fact we played a friendly in between. I think this is the same 11 that played the last league game, but we're going to ask them to play very differently because they were rubbish. They were just rubbish in the last game, and hopefully we'll be less rubbish today. I want a performance from them. Otherwise, I think I'm going to get fired, which will upset me a lot. So let's try passion. I expect nothing but a win today, and it's had no impact at all. We did have a team meeting as well, which went quite well. I yelled at them for being rubbish, and then was passionate about their response, and they were generally quite happy. So the actual dressing room atmosphere has improved since the last game, unbelievably. It's just whether or not team cohesion is going to be anywhere near where it needs to be. And I guess changing the system isn't the best route to team cohesion, but who knows? It might just work. We're knocking the ball around quite nicely at the back. We're still capable of doing that, clearly. Markovic this time just lump it forward towards Jovic. And Pozo and Garcia are both going to be playing a lot more centrally now. And Garcia's just had 3 opportunities to score there. And it's what I was saying in the last game. It's stuff going your way when you're in form and not going your way when you're not. We hit the crossbar twice in the first 20 minutes of the last game. We've now just had 3 chances on a plate for Garcia. He's hacking at it and just cannot get it past their keeper. And it was gone down as 2 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances in the first half hour. We're creating chances, they're just not going in. Ball over the top from Garcia, doesn't get anywhere near anyone it was aiming for, but Bustos picks it up, plays it back to McCrory and Woodenberg all the way back to Markovic, who's going to charge out. Now he's playing as a sweeper keeper on attack. Expect to see him charging out even more often. I'm worried. Jovic is in and straight at the keeper. I tell you what, we're creating chances. We weren't doing this in the last game. This is positive. Pozo with the corner now. Gets as far as Mateus, but he can't direct it goalwards. But it's back with Pozo again. Crossover to Jovic, and it's cleared. So we've gone from controlling possession in the last game but not really creating anything to we're creating a lot now. without as much possession, but we're not actually scoring. But there is Jovic, and he does score. We've got our new system, boys and girls. We're a gegenpressing Spanish team full of playmakers who we're going to make run around, because I'm Kev and I don't like to do things the easy way. I'm going to get so much stick in the comments today. I just know I am. Oh, time to turn notifications off on my phone for 12 hours. Yikes. Oh, we can scroll up to find ourselves. I tell you what, I'm moaning about the start of the season. Look how much a win today fires us up this table. It's not just us who's had a dodgy start. Everyone's beating everybody else. So I guess that's the one positive we can take from this. We're obviously not in the title race, but we're also probably not going to end up in a relegation battle either, which is good. Right, let's calmly say things are going well, but they could be going better. Nobody cares. The front three are playing very, very well. Looking at not the average ratings, the actual ratings, they've all got in that first half. All three of them playing very well in their new and unfamiliar roles. So that's a massive positive. Still not getting much of a performance out of the midfield, but we have got O'Neill, who's going to come on very soon, as ever, and he might suit one of these roles. Pozo hits the crossbar. 3 clear-cut chances, 3 half chances now. So now we're creating chances, but still not really putting them away, which is what Jovic is supposed to be there to do. We didn't have a prolific scorer last season, and Jovic was supposed to come in and do that. And Ross McCrory is a World Cup winning captain and centre-back, and has just scored a pathetic own goal because things aren't going our way. It's completely against the run of play, and all of a sudden, it's all going wrong again. And I don't understand. We're just not having any luck at the moment. Right, Mateus off, O'Neill on. Are they better that way round? Not really. What does O'Neill want to be? O'Neill wants to be... See, they all want to be too defensive. I need someone who can be a bit more attack-minded in that midfield three. If only I had some attacking midfielders rather than selling them all. I don't know what else to do to change this. I don't want to change the front three because they're all playing well. There's no point changing the defence. That's going to be our one change. O'Neill on for now. Let's see if he can come on and make a difference. Another World Cup winner. Can he get his World Cup winning mate out of trouble? Because those stats, it frustrates me that we're not winning this game. It frustrates me greatly. Mosca. Misses out. Bustos does intercept though. Moreno to Bustos. He's got Pozo ahead of him. Pozo plays it into Mosca, and we're playing nicely. Have we just scored an own goal? My word. Has luck finally started to change in our direction? Jovic is massively involved again. Garcia's involved again. Pozo's involved again. The front three, this seems to be a way for them to play together. I think we've got the front three playing well today, which is good. Although we obviously still haven't been converting all the chances we've been scoring, so maybe it's not that good. But they're looking good. The midfield, we still need to work out how to get the midfield working. And the defence still worries me massively. But I think the defence is more an issue of they're still getting to know each other. I don't think I'm going to make another change. I keep looking at this, trying to decide to make a substitution, but I'm just going to leave things as they are, I think. And not touch that. We don't need to shout anything at the moment. Their keeper is flapping around like nobody's business there. Moreno makes it 3-1. And, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness, because this fires us all the way up to 10th place in the league, which is mid-table. It's where we're supposed to be. And it gives us a little bit of a platform to build on for the next chunk of games. I hope this is just turning a corner and it's not just we're playing against a really poor team. Where are they? They're 14th. So they're not that poor. They're roughly equivalent quality to us, and we have massively outplayed them today. So we've also done a lot of fouling, so we're probably going to need to keep an eye on that. If we're going to be doing this pressing system, we probably need to ease off the tackles a little bit, or we're going to start collecting red cards, because we've got most of the defence on yellows. We've committed a lot of fouls. But here's Pozo in again, cross to nobody. I guess the final whistle went. Oh well, they deserve some passion after that. Well done. More of the same. Oh, I'm sweating less now than I was at the start of the episode, and fingers crossed we can carry on some good form into this next run of games, which, to be fair, looks like a much easier run of games than the previous 6 we've had. So hopefully we can win 4 of the next 6 and then come into... I think we're going to do Lugo and Barcelona as our next games. Lugo because I've never heard of them. I have no idea who Lugo are. So I guess at the start of the game, they're a second division team, but they're not often in the top league. So that should be a game we win comfortably, hopefully. And then Barcelona are really struggling. So we could end up picking up a win at the Nou Camp, which would be nice. So Lugo in the next episode, hopefully after 4 or 5 wins from those 5 or 6 games. Because then we'll be up in the Europa League spots where we're supposed to be. And we can all pretend that start to the season never happened. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.